I would agree with that as well. Even though Nelson is the catching tight end out of the group.
But you need to block as well as a tight end.
Yeah. But again, the double tight, that is very true. All right. I'm going to go back to something we mentioned earlier. Maven, we still need him to play soon, but the problem is Michael Crabtree, he's been holding out. One report even said he's been threatening to hold out until next year. So, not sure who I went to on the last question, Justin. I'm just going to go to you because I know you know a little bit more about this. So,
all right. Well, what we would have in certain situations, you had the threat before, and you had Mike Williams and Bo Jackson who've done it in the past.
Mm-hmm.
But as it stands, it's really getting down to the point where if he doesn't sign, One Bills Drive has to get their acting gear and get these guys, get him signed, get Maven signed. And it'll in turn allow number 12, 13, 14, whoever is left needs to be signed to sign.
All right. Well, that's all the time we got for today. Sorry I couldn't get to you on that one. All right. We're going to be off next week. We're not going to do the Packers game. Who really cares? We're going to be back in 2 weeks against the Steelers. So we'll see you then.
It's the first home game, and our top story is the last game. The Bills broke our heart once again. We're kind of used to it, but that was the worst one of them all on Monday Night Football. That was the third year in a row that they've done that, and I'm so mad about it. I mean, what do you think? What was your reaction to that? Loss.
You know, it's one of those things where you see the Bills up 24-13. You're thinking, all right, maybe this is the time. This is the time. And, you know, true to Bills fashion.
You can't do that, yeah.
Yeah. And sure enough, almost got down to that crying moment. I'll say it still hurts a little bit in a sense. Nowhere near as much as Wide Right did back in the day.
Yeah, of course.
It still hurts quite a bit.
Yeah, against the Pats. Yeah, what do you think?
It was tough. Like I said, I still think they haven't figured out how to close. They don't know how to win. So it's like they get up and then they get comfortable and then we're all excited and then all of a sudden, last play of the game, and it's heartbreak, just like you said.
The Patriots had a great line. The Steelers, they had a great line and an excellent run game to support a young quarterback. You need to have a good line before you can really develop a quarterback.
Maybe we'll get lucky and
yeah, we're
get some snow and rain, and the weather will be a factor.
Here's the big thing, like Detroit and Cleveland, both teams suck. We can say that.
And
but you know
put
what?
up like 70 points.
Yeah. So maybe we can say the same.
I think it's the changing of the coach that maybe will usher in some more offense, because that's what Perry Fuel, I think, did. He gave ABP more freedom.
Oh yeah, I mean,
and
it was good to see Owens and Evans in motion or flipping sides, stuff like that. Not fixed on Lee on the X, Terrell on the Z, or vice versa.
All right, and now it's time for Justin's Trivia Corner. All right, defense, we have to stop Jones, Sanchez, and Braylon Edwards. We've done pretty good against stopping the opposing team's offense the last couple of weeks. Like what I think we've done all week, all the whole year, except for in the fourth quarter where we give it up. I think we fixed that this game. Hopefully we do it the next.
Hopefully we continue throughout the season. Yeah, I mean they've been strong. I mean, you keep having starters going on injury list for whatever reason. I mean, you have no linebacking core right now besides Kozlowski. You have a safety playing one outside backer, a guy off the streets playing the other outside backer. You just gotta.
Let's be honest with ourselves. They did an amazing job.
Oh yeah, they've been
shutting down Miami.
Even last week against Drew, they've been filling the gaps, which Allison wasn't doing, which. Whoever else, Ashley Palmer, and so on and so forth. They weren't filling the gaps, and that's one thing that draft and Brian Scott had.
Yeah, draft played pretty good, yeah.
For coming off the streets and
yeah,
being given a job.
He had a sack, I think, yeah.
Oh yeah, they've been looking good.
Yeah. All right. So our next thing is
the corner.
Yeah, it's the trivia corner.
Justin's Trivia Corner. All right. Now it's time for Justin's Trivia Corner.
Don't forget about me. Come on.
They were talking about Jim Kelly getting a group of people wanting to buy the team together, and also will the team or maybe they sell to Jim Kelly. So what do you think?
I'll be honest with you, I don't see the Jim Kelly thing happening. I don't know that much about it, but I don't see Jim Kelly and a bunch of the 90s players being the owners. But at the same time, you know what? Miami's owned by what? The celebrities as well. So, I mean, I guess it could be possible. Going back to something you guys were saying before, I agree with Nakia. I believe that we're not going to sell the team. I think we'll be fine. We're not like Jacksonville. We have too strong of a fan base. But with regard to the owner, I think one of two things will happen. A, it'll be passed down to somebody else in the family, or B, it will be sold to the highest bidder. I think one of the two things will happen.
Okay, well, I think that if that happens, then we lose a team. That's my opinion, though. All right, and now it is time for Justin's Trivia Corner.
So two questions. Nakia, I'll ask you the first one. Do you think we have any chance of making the playoffs?
The only way we have a chance of making the playoffs is that last game when we played Indianapolis. Is if one Indianapolis has lost a game, so they don't care about being perfect, and they might decide to rest some players. So to me, that would, and for some strange reason, their backups are just horrible, and we beat Indianapolis. So we kind of gotta hope Indianapolis loses a game, so they don't really care. Okay, we can't go perfect, so we're gonna rest everybody. To me, that's pretty much the only way. Atlanta, they can kind of go down to Atlanta and win a game. I don't see that as being an impossible game. So. This week, like I said, they have to be on top of their game and hope Indy loses a game between now and the next 3 weeks.
All right, I'm not even going to ask you that question because I already know what your answer is. But let me ask you this.
No, not at all.
Can we disrupt the playoffs in the East? Can we stop the Patriots from going?
Well, yeah, actually, if we happen to win this week, that would basically lock the Patriots in as a 4 seed almost. Meaning they can only get one home game for the playoffs, guaranteed, unless they happen to face the other wild card in the conference championship game. On top of that, yeah, I mean, just within the AFC East, if we happen to beat them, that gives the Jets or the Dolphins a chance to actually take the division instead of the Patriots, which we've seen far too often this decade.
The only player the Bills have not started is the receiver.
You're talking about Hardy?
Yeah, and that is sad. I really think they should get him in there now.
Wasn't he a first-round pick?
Yeah, I think
Second.
so.
He was a
Or
second.
He needs to get in the game. He needs to get some game experience. It's going into his second
Same with
year.
Stevie Johnson. He needs to get in more.
Yeah, well, he's played, but Hardy hasn't played at all. So I think they need to get him in there, and they really need to get them going. Okay, now let's go on to the favorite Bills moment of the year. Mine was just beating Miami because of our little feud with one of the guys in here, Traveler 7. That was my favorite game. It was at home. It was freaking beautiful. What was yours?
That was good. The winning the home opener against Seattle was nice too. So long as it's a win, I'm happy. Then we played the home opener.
Tampa Bay.
Home opener?
Yeah, home opener Seattle.
Yeah.
Oh, was it?
I'm good with the win.
Oh, no, it was Tampa. I'm sorry, yeah.
Oh, it was Tampa, yeah.
I'm good with the win. That's my biggest thing.
Yeah.
But be that as it may, my favorite Bills moment of the year, unfortunately, it's having the coach fired. Watching Dickie go.
Yeah.
All right. Biggest hope for the future, or I'm sorry, our worst moment of the year, and I think it was before the season even started, was getting rid of Peters and Dockery. I think destroying that offensive line, and that was just the worst moment of the year. What's yours?
I would say losing to Cleveland. I mean, what did we score? 3 points?
Yeah.
Field goal?
Yeah.
I think that was the worst.
And what do you think?
Keeping Jerron to start the season.